between eFootball game and training, I like to work with my special coach. He's my special coach. Voilà. She trusts on me for the next match day. See you Saturday, guys.
Hi guys, I'm Marko Roksic. I'm esports player for Arsenal, and this is my gaming house. Let's say I open this and I work here and playing games. You see, I have my monitor and I play here, and kids coming to play. You see, it's big place, my trophies, and gaming is my life. I am really happy because I opened this. This was my dream one day, to open some place like this, and I finally made. Go Arsenal!
Well, thank you so much to Semra, keeping us on track throughout the programme. Thank you to Marko as well for that fantastic gaming den, if you will, showing off his trophies. That's going to be a difficult player to come up against. When you just see their trophies in the pre-match vlog, it's not fun.
It's a very slight flex.
Great to see Uzmaka Beal as well, and Nala, I believe.
Yeah, I was just going to say, like, who do you pick? Do you go with the dog loving of going and see Nala, or do you go and play in the gaming den of Roxa? It's either or for these two players. And I think looking at sizing up what we actually have going on, though, it's not going to be Uzmaka Beal versus Roxa. It's going to be Uzmaka Beal versus Indominator.
The leading goal scorer of the competition, Uzmaka Beal. 10 goals to his name so far. That is league-wide. The leader in that category is on undefeated form as well. A draw on match day 1, followed by 2 wins on match days 2 and 3. Going up against Indominator for Arsenal. They sit second in the table, doing really well thus far. He also is on a 2-match win streak after losing on match day 1. Wins on match days 2 and 3 sees him come into this one on some decent form as well. So this could be, in my opinion, a bit of a battle of fire and ice. Of course, you see the fire on the side of Uzmaka Beal and AS Monaco. And on the other side, Indominator, he's the ice. He likes to control the match. Should be a very fun game 1.
Yeah, I seldom use this phrase because it can be used so many times over the course of any esports. Box office. This has this game written on it from top to bottom. Regardless of what combinations of esport players you see from either or, whether we do get, brother versus brother, or we do see, other combinations of players, any one of these matchups has curiosity written all over it, not much so than this first game here. Again, as you said, in terms of Uzmaka Beal, top of the goal scoring tree. You see Indominator, see him put 5 past Christopher against Inter Milan, so we know that he's got firepower capabilities there as well. Of course, you look at the complexity of the table, the 7 points between these two teams at the start of play. And of course, that 9-point swing that Arsenal got in matchday 3 now has them second place via goal difference in the table. Of course, if you're Monaco, you are starting to recover a little bit of form. We saw it from Cam's last match day. We've seen it from Uzmaka Beal all the way through this competition. You now add in Ostribuch's little brother in Milos, and now you have a bit of a capability of having 3 players that can go for it. Of course, you still also have Issy O'Neill on the virtual substitutes bench as well. So there's a lot of firepower now contained within that Monaco lineup.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. Make sure you're staying up to date with the eFootball socials as well. You see them at the bottom of your screen, as well as the website for all the latest news and information. But we haven't really had a chance to touch upon the newest edition of AS Monaco. No doubt we'll be able to once he takes the stage, but for you wanting brother versus brother, I can tell you those odds now are down to 50-50, as neither of them have taken the hot seat for game 1. So looks like we are moments away from kickoff here. As we saw the fist bumps from the Arsenal side, they are flying high, second in the table. They want to continue that form. But AS Monaco, they've had a slow start. Results like this can be a statement of intent to the rest of the championship. Your intent is to go out and win games and lift a trophy at the end of the season.
Yeah, and that's it. I mean, certainly that is the end goal. But for me, if I was competing within this tournament, it's 2 steps. It's finish within the top 6 at the end of the regular season, and then it's go and win the knockout. Because yes, the regular season will tell you, a lot of things about a lot of teams. The old adage goes is that the league table doesn't lie, and it certainly doesn't at this point in time, because we've seen very, very good performances from all of our competitors within this competition. Where these 2 teams are going to sit towards the end of the season, I would venture to say it's going to be within the top 6, but this will certainly be almost a fact-finding mission for both of these 2 teams to find out what the other team is capable of, because we know that Monaco can punch above their weight in terms of the players they have on the field, and we know that Arsenal, as we've heard so many times from all of the players here, have got one of the strongest squads within eFootball, so there's going to be a little bit of fact-finding here for both these players.
We're underway, match 2 of Matchday 4. AS Monaco taking on Arsenal. UZ Maccabiel versus Indominator. Strap yourselves in, this will be a fun one, as Indominator with possession early here in the final third as well. Gabriel Jesus cuts back and the shot is blocked, but Tomiyasu has joined from right back, and that might leave them a little bit exposed at the back here. Ben Yedder cannot find Boadu, and for me, the referee has said that one's a foul. UZ Maccabiel and Ben Yedder almost are synonymous when I think of UZ Maccabiel's favourite players within this Monaco lineup. It's a player he likes to use especially well, and does so. So no doubt we'll be seeing a lot of Ben Yedder. Of course, you have Boadu and Volland up front as well. Here's Golovin on the ball. Boadu might get this one away. Ramsdale called into action. Opening 10 has been eventful.
Yeah, and you just see them trying to feel each other out here. There's one thing about watching players play eFootball. It's a very different thing when you can feel how they're playing against you. There's a very different feeling.
Boadu now. Tackled well by Indominator, but he's won the ball back. Volland was waiting. Ramsdale needed quick reactions. Trossard, that's a thread of the needle there. Smith Rowe. Trossard marked by UZ Maccabiel, and now into the feet of Ben Yedder. Boadu has a man over here as well. Is Volland able to get there? It's just asking too much. But that's a sign of what UZ Maccabiel can bring to the table.
It was a 2v1 there. If it had just held his nerve, he might have just had a shot on with Boadu. Instead, he's tried to square it across to Volland.
Just thinking stylistically, when you name your players on the team sheets, I'll come back to that actually, as Indominator with a chance here. Trossard is wide open! And opens the scoring! Indominator in front! He was wide open, no one around him, had all the time in the world, and made Monaco pay. 1-0.
It's a big goal from Leandro Trossard. Again, we saw the chances going, almost virtual minutes before, where that 2v1 was there for Monaco. Instead, it goes down the other end, and again, it's that presence of mind to stop Jesus, give himself the opportunity to get that ball in. And as you said, Trossard is absolutely wide open. You see the ball going again. It's just that stop, that super cancel stop that we see so much from players. Managed to stop himself, gets the ball into the box. It's a volley. And you can see there the big grin on Indominator's face there. Knows that he had probably one of the easiest chances he's ever going to score.
That smile is a personification of Arsenal's season thus far, but watch out here as Boadu is coming through for UZ Maccabiel. Wipes the grin off his face and says, hang on, I'm a multiple-time world champion. We got a game here, it's 1-1.
straight from kickoff. I don't really know how you can call that much else. It's one through ball. That's unreal.
After 23 minutes.
That's left me stumped.
Number 9.
Right through the middle.
Here, yeah, no one tracking him at all.
Great finish as well from Boadu, but it's one through ball. I mean, it's even got the kickoff still in the replay.
Still celebrating, maybe, was in Dominator. Just goes to show a lapse in concentration at this level can be fatal. And what I was gonna say before the Indominator goal, the way the lineups work in terms of who plays whom, these clubs select their players for 1, 2 and 3 and they go out and play the games, but you don't know who you're playing against. Number 11 for Uzmakabil. You don't know who you're playing against until you see who takes the seat against you. And I wonder whether or not Indominator is the right man to take on Uzmakabil at this moment in time. Strike from Trossard straight at Nubel. But when we talk about matchups, does Indominator have that neutralising talent to keep the multiple-time world champion at bay? Questions that will be answered at the end of the 90. For now, though, Monaco on that far side. Audience fairly split down the middle, leaning one way to Monaco as Boadu also tries to give chase. Definitely a tough one to call.
Certainly is. And again, we talk about the tension, the almost the camaraderie feel that you sometimes feel when you come into the venue and you start to get like that vibe of, oh, well, everyone's quite happy to be here now. Everyone's starting to realise that we'll get into that, as you said, the business end of it. And now the tension starts to ramp up. And now you're starting to really feel it here.
Enrique runs that one out of play. And just like that, we're 5 minutes away from half-time. His first half has happened rapidly. Lived up to the billing so far. Good turn from Ben Yedder. Will the last attack of the half go Arsenal's way? The ball to Martinelli. He's a good one. Maripan giving chase, but he's beaten easily. Smith Rowe won't get onto that one, but the ball will come back at Monaco here. Martinelli. Party. End of the first half. Arsenal 1, Monaco 1. Some real don't blink stuff here in match number 2, game number 1.
It's been uncharacteristically holding Dominator. Outside of that, I can only say flash goal, as we see the opportunity to try and get a Rosen again there, but Jorginho was smart to it that time. Outside of that one opportunity, there's not really been anything for Monaco to be able to kind of talk about.
Well, the side swap, it will be Monaco attacking left to right now. And Ben Yedder's stolen that one away. The ball just not good enough to Boadu. Cannot give too many more of those away. Party in the centre circle. Jesus, Martinelli, this is good build-up. The Gunners come forward and then Dominator just can't find that final pass at the moment. Good turn from Ben Yedder. Boadu is offside. Ball finds the back of the net, but not for the first time today. The linesman will rule that out and ruin the party.
Yeah, but you can see Osmakabel just creeping back into this game. He's just creeping into it slowly but surely. That's a warning sign there. Although it did obviously result in an offside, the chance is still there and the ability is still there to create those chances. He's just going to have to find a golden one here. But again, Indominator's coming back the other way.
Martinelli back to Jesus. Oh, yes! From distance to put the Gunners back in front. Jesus on Easter weekend, Wes. You've had a few lined up.
It's Arsenal's saviour, surely, at this point in time. It's a wonderful finish, but it's a first-time strike, and we've seen it so often especially from Gabriel Jesus as a player card within eFootball. We've seen it from Roxa. We have seen it now from the Os. You take a first-time strike with him. He's got the ability to find a beautiful finish into the corner of the net. Nubel had absolutely no chance.
That was very, very clean from Indominator. The back heel to set up the goal, as well as the finish, to put him back in front and the second player to cross the double-digit scoreline threshold.
The attendance for this match was 71,898.
And it's going to ask some big questions to Osmakabel. No doubt some questions that haven't been asked of him for some time. Maybe even back to last year's final. Of course, had that incredible multi-goal competition. I think it was a 10-goal thriller in the end against Matchday. Boadu's won the ball, but the referee, that's a soft one for me.
Just a bit of a soft one. You've seen them not given on occasion by the referee.
Both players had a look at their team sheets and are happy to commence play now. Subs were made on the side of Monaco. You can see Diatta has entered the fray. Could we be seeing the first blemish on the record of Osmakabel so far this season?
Yeah, only game he's dropped points in his game one against Matchday. Bayern.
Diatta. Minamino. Back to Diatta now, and I don't think that was who Osmakabel was intending that pass to go to. And what can Arsenal do from the break? Across the halfway line, Jesus has a couple of men to aim for. One of them's Party. Jesus queues up the strike.
It's that first-time strike again. It's what Arsenal are looking for at every opportunity. Give Jesus an open target and an open passing lane or an open shot lane, and that's what they're going for here. It was a stunning strike as well, had that bit more venom on it. It looked like it cannoned off his own teammate though. It's gone for a goal kick.
Substitution for Arsenal. Number 20. Number 10.
So we're underway once more.
Number 25.
Game one of match 2 here on match day 4. And it is Indominator leading 2-1. He's looking for a third here as well. Trossard. Jesus was almost right place, right time. So close.
He's a penalty box predator is Gabriel Jesus, and he's constantly on the search for that ball when it goes loose.
Good tackle from Arsenal. The Dominators looked up for this one today. That's a mistake though. Good pressure from Uzmakabil, and now Minamino. Inside to Ben Yedder, Boadu, Diatta cuts inside, and well.
Great challenge from Ben White there, great challenge.
Defence stood so strong. Not giving up on this though. Tierney just about gets his noggin on it. Final 5 in-game minutes now, and it's one-way traffic. Minamino. Ben Yedder beats his man. Boadu will win a corner.
Good work from Uzmakabil, knows that he's got the ability to find those opportunities. He'll give himself a second bite at this. It will be a corner.
Really nervy times now, with just a 1-goal lead against who is essentially the danger man of AS Monaco, the star, the leading goal scorer of this entire competition. With moments away from a result. Penny, for your thoughts right now with Dominator.
In as many ways, when we look at the stats, Uzmakabil is to Monaco what Irma is to Roma, in the sense of 7 points out of 11. Is their main point gatherer, for lack of a better term. Now he needs to find a goal here.
Coming on the field is number 72.
This corner could be so important.
Substitutions taking place.
Maripan wins, and Diatta! You just sensed the corner would be the undoing. And it is all level now. Monaco 2, Arsenal 2.
Goal scorer for Monaco. After
Back on level
87
terms now.
minutes.
But we
Number
literally said
27.
moments before, Uzmakabil is going to have to find something. There's a big slice of luck and a big piece of fortune. But there are sometimes it's what you need within eFootball. And I think both players are there going, that's not the type of goal we want to score, but again, or certainly want to concede, but Uzmakabil won't care either way. He gets him back to level with not long left on the clock here.
Dominator wants his lead back.
4 added minutes has been indicated.
Smith to Trossard. Is there a winner? You bet there is! In stoppage time! In Dominator back in front! And what a goal that could be!
The goal scorer for
What is this game? What is this game? What a goal that is in the last moments of this game. Again, to find and have the awareness of knowing, because you can see it even here, it's a great view of it. Trossard is left all alone at all times there. He's always open. And then it's just finding that chance and then finding a control strike into the back of the net. It's a wonderful, wonderful goal from Dominator. Will that be the match winner? Because there is still time on the clock. And if we know anything from Uzmakabil, is that if there is time on the clock, the game is still in danger.
That is some finish from Trossard, by the way. Still in stoppage time here, as you said, as long as there's time on that clock, Uzmakabil will give it everything. Is there one last roll of the dice? Minamino will recover here, but in Dominator intercepts and wins a vital 3 points for Arsenal Football Club. That is some performance against some player.
Well, you talk about statements that are being made. You talk about statements. That there is one of them. again, may not necessarily have been the prettiest of performances from a dominator, knows his back was against the wall on many of occasions in that game, but still found the pieces of quality that decided the game. And again, a fantastic result for him. And I'm looking to see who's sat down next, because I'm just making sure we've got our eyes set here. It looks like it's going to be Ostrubuch for Arsenal. And it looks like we have got the Z-Tech Mega Bowl. I am delighted from a neutral venue and from a neutral perspective. As a youngest brother of 3 brothers, this here is giving me some food for the soul to watch 2 brothers, sibling rivalry at its best within the eFootball Championship Pro. It's the first time we've seen it. I hope it's not the last.
But before we do, let's reminisce on what was one of the all-time classic eFootball Championship Pro games. It may just be the regular season, but performance-wise, both men gave it absolutely everything up there. And it's a win, by the way, that puts Arsenal on top of the league. 21 points for them. They are now above FC Barcelona.
If you cast your mind back to previous seasons, Arsenal, I think if you'd have said to them, okay, well, halfway through Matchday 4, you've got your 21 points and you're top of the table, I think Arsenal, as an esports organisation, as a club, would have happily snapped your hand off. But it just goes to show, both dovetailing their real-life domestic prowess now turns out that it also translates to the eFootball Championship Pro in their prowess. And again, looking at the players that are now on board for Arsenal, there may have been some question marks at the start of the season. There isn't anymore.
You're looking at that goal, 88th minute, 2-2. You're thinking, okay, fair play, points are shared now. May not have been the fashion in which Uzmakabil wanted to score. Definitely not the way that Dominator wanted to concede. But this finish, those are the types I go back and check out the replay. If I'm playing single player, I'm just, you know, checking the angle on the goal, making sure that I get every angle perfect, because that curled finish from Trossard, picture perfect.
Oh, it absolutely was, and it had to be. It had to be, because the manual goalkeeping has been engaged by Uzmakabil. The turn of the defender had to be perfect. Every nuance of that goal had to be pitch perfect, and as so, it was for a Dominator. And I think that, in terms of goal-scoring prowess, I think that puts him up to 12 in the goal-scoring tally, if my maths are right. Or maybe 11. I think they're up to 11 at least.
We can double-check that, but for now, Ostrubuch for Arsenal. And you're excited, Wes. And for those at home who may be thinking, who's representing AS Monaco here? We have to give a warm eFootball Championship Pro welcome to Zilo. His debut today, filling in for Eldridge O'Neill. A eFootball Championship Open winner from the Xbox platform. So another Championship Open alumni coming into the competition, which we always love to see. We also love to see you contributing your opinions to our audience questions. Make sure you keep giving us those. Love to see all of your opinions. But Zilo making his debut today, also a runner-up in the Euro 2021 for Poland at the age of just 14.
It runs in the family with these two. It runs in the family. Somewhere Papa Ziyech is sat at home being very proud of both of his sons being involved in this competition. But again, that's just only the smallest plot point that we have here, pretty much, is the sibling rivalry aspect. It's the aspirations of the two clubs, and it's more so, the pressure is a little bit on Zilo here, because he's got to come in and perform from the get-go. It's just against his big brother, who may know his game plan inside out, and that in itself could be chaos.
It's difficult, isn't it? Because you are so used to playing in each other's bedrooms, in the living room, but it's a different kettle of fish here in the studios in Barcelona.
Yeah, there's one thing going from each other's bedrooms and playing a home leg and an away leg in a best of 5. It's a lot different here when you are under the bright lights here in Barcelona.
Well, we are underway here in Barcelona. Brother v brother. It is Zilo's debut for AS Monaco. A big welcome to him. And Ostrubuch for Arsenal. A high-flying Arsenal so far this season. One ball looking for Jorginho. That won't be anywhere near the Italian's head, but I mean, what a game we have here. We'll keep going on about it because, as you said, as both of us are the youngest of three brothers, we certainly have some allegiances, and Zilo is giving chase here. Golovin. Kamara, far side. Stunning cross, looking for Volland. Tierney clears.
Having played both of these players individually, both online and domestically, I can tell you they're two of the very best from out of the UK region.
Volland knocks it round. Boadu and Ben Yedder are there. Boadu, Ben Yedder! Advantage, younger brother. Zilo puts Monaco in front on his debut.
Doesn't matter how you get there, it's so long as you get there. Again, you'll see it scrambles, it's bobbling, it's bouncing all around in the box, but it falls to Zilo, who pounds that one into the back of the net. Again, you have to be alive to it, and it is that man. Ben Yedder. Almost stereotypical of what we normally see from Austria, but no reaction at all to a goal going in. But certainly I think these players will know they're in a game for the long haul, and they know there's going to be a lot more to this game than just one goal.
What can Austria reply with here? Martinelli! Straight at the keeper. Would have been some goal. First goal of his eFootball Championship Pro career. Jesus on the turn. Nice dummy from Ben Yedder. Kamara. Referee's brought this one back for a free kick.
Yeah, it seems like he's growing in confidence already, is Zilo. Knows what he's capable of doing, knows the ability that he has. And again, you know, you're looking at it at the moment, you wouldn't think it's his debut. Near enough 20 in-game minutes in here.
Marapan, Ben Yedder's there again. Who will be the beneficiary here of some scrambled play? Following Boadu. He gets his strike off and finds the back of the net. Zilo 2. Ostribus 0. Some debut here.
Sometimes you need chaos. Sometimes you need it. Just put the ball and keep putting it back into places. You're testing the defence. You're testing your opponent's awareness of how long can they keep their focus and their concentration. And instead, again, it's Monaco. Again, finding another goal. Zilo, you can see there, I think he knows that'll be a very awkward plane ride home.
You're not wrong there. What can Austria reply with? Martinelli just crowded out. Doubles his tally. Funnily enough, is now just one goal behind his older brother and adversary here in the league-wide goal-scoring charts. Ostrowicz trying to make amends to that as Odegaard gets his strike off. Three goals on the season for Ostrowicz, 2 already for Zilo. Jorginho. Odegaard with a bit of momentum there, but couldn't carry it through, and it was almost cutting past through the Arsenal defence. Jesus also making a run. This is some game here between these two clubs.
Yeah, you wouldn't expect anything different from both AS Monaco and Arsenal.
Ben Yedder. Of course, it's such a mental game on the best of days in this competition. When You have to go up against family. It adds an extra bit of spice. And Jesus with a neat cut inside also cuts the deficit. 2-1 now.
It's neat and tidy. It's what he needed. It's what he needed at that point. Certainly just to give himself a bit of confidence there, Ostrowicz, to get himself back in the game. Really good through ball there. Again, gets ahead of the defender. We talk so much about Gabriel Jesus, about how important he is to Arsenal and all things Arsenal. You see there, just dips his run in, takes the ball away, manages to find the back of the net. So 2-1 at the moment now. Slowly heating up. I say slowly, we've seen 3 goals in a first half action.
Ten minutes till half time. Ostrowicz gets one back. And in the Zetec Mega Bowl, as you put it, we are seeing some action here.
I'm going to need to trademark that by the end of the day, I think.
Thomas Partey. Odegaard. Defensively, often on debuts, we do see shaky performances, but Zelo is anything but thus far. Boadu has a man to find. It's Ben Yedder! Manual save from Ostrowicz.
Big save, it had to be, but there was only one place that ball was going when that cross is about to be deployed. So Ostrowicz has a good idea there of knowing that it's going to go that way anyway. So it kind of makes it almost a routine manual save, if ever there was such a thing.
Il y aura 2 minutes de temps additionnel.
2 minutes added on. This match day has been unbelievable so far.
We're not even halfway through yet.
We're halfway through this game though. Monaco 2, Arsenal 1. Neither brother dilly-dallying around. Second half underway just like that. Sides are swapped, and the referee has called this one back. Jorginho was fouled, and it makes you wonder whether or not any of the unwritten rules. I'll come back to that, as Jesus might be able to steal away a chance, and I think the referee's given a penalty here. He has. Well, it's going to be an Arsenal penalty. And this is an extra bit of spice.
Oh, the gamesmanship already kicking in with the aim assist being flashed on and off.
Trossard stepping up to equalise. Tucks it home. And if anything, sets us up perfectly here in the second half. Arsenal 2, Monaco 2.
It's a bit of fortune in the penalty award.
We'll see it again here.
Just the slightest of nudges in the back, but player doesn't go down. But that's also because Jesus is too honest, but even so, that's been and gone now. That is the past, and we are now stuck in the present. It's 2-2, thanks to the right boot. Leandro Trossard. And the outtake of breath you can see there from Ostrowicz. He knows he's in a game. Zelo certainly knows it as well.
Oh, could be straight into the lead here. Trossard through. Who's he got for support? Anyone? Doesn't need anyone. From 2-0 down. Ostrowicz is now leading younger brother. 3 goals to 2.
Interesting bit about body language. When that ball gets played to Trossard, if you go back and watch this back on playback, you'll see Dominator's arms go up because he knows the opportunity is there. It's a brilliant ball. And again, the confidence, sometimes, as we said, just take the shot. because at worst you're going to end up with a goalkeeper parry, and then there's an oncoming play. It's a brilliant ball. It's a great find to Trossard, and he has been electric for Arsenal throughout this entire game so far.
Advantage Austria. And if you're looking for an eFootball Championship Pro clash full of emotions, this won't be it. Could be more goals. Boadu tackled.
Saliba just too strong for him there.
But these two, as cool as you like. The Zitek family have ice in the veins. Boadu might receive that one as Odegaard goes into the book. Of course, a mutual respect between the two. Martinelli. Fofana on the clearance. Good footwork from Jesus. Odegaard denied.
Yeah, it was a point you were going to make before Jesus got brought down for that penalty, in terms of there's a certain code of ethics when you're playing his sibling. It'd be interesting to see whether that code of ethics still exists on the eFootball Championship Pro stage.
Absolutely. Any sweaty goals will be punished.
There's no playing in the corners. There's no, no playing about with people's tactics.
Martinelli. Jorginho now crossed in. They're queuing up for it. Tomiyasu with the cross. Good spell here from Ostrubuc. Trossard with the header. Straight at Nubel.
Yeah, there's a lot of talk about Gabriel Jesus in terms of this lineup between the pro players. The reality, actually, it's not just him you've got to worry about. It's Martinelli, it's Trossard. Certainly Trossard is very much a focal point at this moment in time for this Arsenal team. Such is the defensive job that you have to do to try and delay Gabriel Jesus. Kind of can't forget that there is a Belgian there that is causing damage.
Here's Jesus this time. Some signing. Both Trossard and Jesus have been for Arsenal. For now, though, it's Zilo for AS Monaco coming forward. Ben Yedder. Back to Boadu. Golovin! It's 3-3!
I know we talked this up as a mega bowl, but this is a brilliant game to watch. Fantastic finish. Fantastic finish. Again, it was that neat triangle to find the right pass at the right time. You'll see it again in the replay here. And Golovin, again, kind of an unsung hero of Monaco's team throughout the last few years of eFootball Championship Pro. And you'll see it here. Again, Ben Yedder, again, always involved. Boadu spots that run, does Zilo of Golovin. Finds a brilliant first-time finish in the back of net, 3-3. And they cannot be separated at this moment in time.
Heck of a finish that is. I don't know why we bother showing these reactions. You're not going to see any emotion from either side.
Either
because mutual respect and also ice in the veins. So one for production maybe, but Odegaard's through here maybe for Arsenal's fourth. Unwritten rules out the window at this point.
Who's going to come out the beneficiary of this game, though? Is it going to be a stalemate, or are we going to see a game winner?
Still have 15 minutes left.
Can we get them to play another game? Can we get them to play the third as well? Because this has been incredibly entertaining to watch.
Yes, please. Jesus inside. Corner to come. 5 goals in game 1, 6 goals in game 2. And we've yet to see Arsenal's leading goal scorer entering today. Play, no doubt, in game 3. First, though, Arsenal corner. Gabriel onto Jesus. Party, long-range strike. I'm nervous for them, Wes. I don't know about you.
I'm very much so. Very much sat here engrossed in this game because, again, it can literally go either way at this point. Because I can see either team, they still have danger from both of their players.
Oh, he came a long way, did Ramsdale.
The VIP gallery certainly said something magical coming there from Monaco. Instead, it's coming back the other way with Arsenal. Here's Jesus.
Near side versus Marapan. Will either brother have the cutting edge at the vital moments? Knocked down to Martinelli here. Crowded out in the penalty area as Vollen knocks it down now to Golovin. Referee's brought this one back. See a lot of fan support there for the younger brother. Is there a final twist in this game? Martinelli. Arsenal corner now. Swung in. Cleared away. This one will come back at Monaco though. Still alive here for Party. Far side, 3 to aim for. Trossard could not collect. A lot of time added on here. Maybe a missed input from the Arsenal man. Trossard. Not good enough there. Cleared. Anywhere will do. It'll actually bounce here for Bouadou. And now, Gabriel tries the foul.
He's got advantage as well.
Beats his man far side. It will be a Monaco corner.
Last kicks and last throws of the dice here for Monaco.
This could be for all 3 points. Ramsdale punches. Enrique. Crossed. Cleared. Honours even between the two brothers. A fantastic spectacle. We could not separate the two. Ostrovic did so well coming back from 2-0 down. But in the end, the Z-Tech Bowl ends 3-3.
What a wonderful advert for, as we said, eFootball Championship Pro. Again, the abilities of both players on show there. You see just how close it was. And again, and more importantly, if we talk about from a team perspective, Monaco getting a point on the board. So there's at least 1 point there, which means I'm not sure what effect it has on the league table, but I think that pretty much solidifies their ability to stay within that top 6 for now, at the very least. But again, it was such a tight game, and we saw it go backwards and forwards. It went from Ostribuc to Zilo, Zilo to Ostribuc. We saw so many back and forth moments. But you'd say, even on the balance of it, you'd say a draw was a fair result there.
I mean, Zilo scored some incredible goals. Not bad for a debutant at all in this competition. Ostribuc had to dig deep. But you're right in saying that point from Monaco now guarantees the, well, bottom 2 place of Roma. We could see Inter have a fantastic result today. Mathematically still possible for them to find themselves in the top 6.
Just to be the small matter of taking 9 points off of Bayern Munich by all accounts, but still, as improbable as it may be, it is still possible. But of course, you know, looking at the finer margins that were here, it was that slight nudge on Jesus, which on another day isn't given as a penalty, and it can go the other way. But instead, it went the way of Arsenal's 2-2. Then it went the way of Trossard to make it 3-2, and then Golovin made it 3-3. So honours were even within that game. Of course, now though, now that we have seen these two matchups to start off first and foremost, match 3 is going to be Cams versus Roxa.
And it will. The man on your screen, of course, winner of Goal of the Day from Matchday 3. We saw him receive his award at the top of the show. A great goal it was as well, and he scored plenty just like that this season. 9 goals in the competition, entered today joint second in terms of outright goal-scoring leaders, and most importantly, Wes, 9 points from 9.
Yep.
Win on Matchday 1, win on Matchday 2, and a win on Matchday 3 as well.
Yep, yeah, and he's been the man on fire. He really has. He's been the man for this Arsenal team. And again, we talked about like off-field signings within the esport teams, you know, in terms of, we said about how Barcelona signing Etorito has kind of established almost an air of expectation that comes with that. Signing a player like Roxa to your esports organisation, that gives the players around him that air of expectation of, okay, I'm not coming in here to be, you know, bottom of the league. Like, we're going in to shoot for almost the moon, as it were, you know, and having spoken to him, it's a top 2 that they want. It's not a top 6, it's a top 2. So that in itself is that trend set by Roxa.
Absolutely. Keep your opinions coming in at home as to who you would like to have in your dream team. Of course, some great selections there, but also who you think would win. Is that a yawn I saw from Roxa?
It's a pre-game yawn. It's a tactical yawn. Okay. That's what that is. It's tactical deployment. You yawn now so you don't yawn later.
Well, let's turn our focus to the man on your screens representing AS Monaco this season. It's been somewhat of a middle-of-the-road performance from Cams thus far. Of course, a loss on Matchday 1, a draw on Matchday 2, then a 4-3 win on Matchday 3. You could argue steadily improving, but from a player of Cams' calibre, we expect him to be up there or thereabouts with the leading goal scorers, and quite frankly, I mean, 6 goals so far is certainly not bad, but it's the points that he would want.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, as we saw, as you said, from the goal tally with Merriman, in terms of you can score goals and be on the top goal scorers list, but the reality is that it's the points that almost bring home the bacon, as it were. And I think looking at it, you would certainly say that this is a game that he needs to win, both from a personal standpoint and from a team standpoint. Roxa, of course, you know, has got that expectation already. He's come in and won 3 games out of 3 personally. Arsenal very much in the ascendancy in terms of where they are in the league. There's all of these different bits that they're looking to add to their team. Interestingly, though, is that point that Semra brought up in relation to goal of the match day. We now know that, you know, if we're going to go by form books, that Cams is now going to win the goal of the match day for match day 4. We don't even need to worry about it. That's what's going to happen.
It's a very good point that Semra raised. Very good point indeed, because the winner of the goal of the match day often concedes the goal of the match day in the next match day.
Yeah, so
very important to keep an eye on if that trend continues. So we're expecting some worldies here from Cams, is what we're saying.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I'm expecting scorpion kicks from about 40 yards, all of those things. But equally, of course, on the other side of it, we have seen some incredible goals from Roxa. We certainly saw the one that got him to win Matchday 3's goal of the match day. So we'll be expecting a lot from both these players.
But for me as well, I can be shaking my things. Yes, but play, don't cry. I want to hear him cry.
I just hear the words, I want to listen to great commentary. If so, thank you. I'm sure I heard that.
Sometimes I feel you hear what you want to
yeah,
hear.
of course.
But it's great to see how relaxed the Arsenal side of the stage are. Of course, we've known these players for some time, especially in Dominator. We almost tagline him the nearly man of this competition especially. Has come so close so many times. but find themselves now in form and enjoying it up there on the stage. One thing we know about Roxa, very loud.
Very, very loud.
Likes to talk to his competition and let them know he's there.
One thing we know about Cams, very, very loud. So expect fireworks here, ladies and gentlemen, for the viewers at home.
Well, we're underway of game 3 here, and it looks like Roxa going for goal in the opening 2 minutes. Attacking from right to left. Something tells me these two will make up for the emotion that we didn't see in game 2 between the brothers. Cams for Monaco, Roxa for Arsenal. Roxa has been goals galore thus far this season. Trossard from range. He's got his shooting boots on today.
He loves to shoot. He loves to, to explain the ethos or the mentality of Roxa. It's a case of when the opportunity is there to shoot, don't play about. Don't mess about, take the opportunity and try and create something, which is why you see such a variety of goals from Roxa. You'll sometimes see tap-ins, you'll see screamers, you'll see controlled shots.
Corners come in and goalkeeper called into action. Right, there's plenty of goals in Roxa's portfolio. Across domestic duty and international duty as well. Of course, Euro 2021 winner with Serbia. Crossfield ball to Martinelli. Tierney was fouled, and I guess it's an appropriate time to ask the question, how do you stop a goal-scoring demon such as Roxa? He's a difficult customer to deal with, based on the pure volume of goals he likes to score.
Break his controller. That's the only thing I've got for you, because he's such an irresistible force. When Roxa gets going and Roxa is in this type of form, he's almost virtually impossible to stop. And that's what worries me. If you were to come up against him, he's impossible to stop.
Crossfield ball to Smith Rowe. Partey looking for Jesus at that far post. Of course, a big thank you to our referees on the stage, making sure that no controllers are broken. Making sure the rules are being abided by. Smith Rowe with the knock-on. Jorginho. Now Cams with possession. Volland and Boadu combining really well. Kamara's taken a bit of a...
Took a knock there, big time.
Physical knock there. And instead it's Trossard with the Arsenal counter. Martinelli. Trossard is weaving. Just waiting for those bodies to enter the box. Partey hoping to feed on some scraps, but 25 minutes gone. Near enough, and it's still 0-0. Jesus and Smith Rowe. Back to Jesus, takes the strike on. Long ball for Jesus! That is on a sixpence! An incredible pass to Jesus, who nods home the opening goal. Arsenal 1, Monaco 0.
That ball was hit like it had GPS on it. It was literally as pinpoint as you could ask for. Ball comes clear here. Again, it's that second chance that we speak about. Once the ball's cleared to roughly about halfway of your own area or your own half, you have to make sure it goes all the way, because otherwise these second chances can come there. It's a stooping header from Jesus. Nubo can't get near it.
joins his teammate in Dominator in the double digits club this season. Goal number 10. To answer your question, in Dominator, up on 11 so far this season.
Just goes to show you the quality that Arsenal have within their squad. You know, as we said, it is one thing having the ability to play this game effectively. It's another thing being able to employ it on your opponent.
What can Cams do? Boadu tries to beat his man, but just takes too much contact. And Volland has a couple of men to aim for. Risky defensive formation there from Arsenal.
Yeah, almost an error there from Roxa. Took Gabriel away from it. It didn't really matter in the end of it, though.
Oh, Jesus! You saw the purple power bar for so long. And he rifles it into the back of the net to double the lead.
Cannonball as an absolutely unreal strike. He's hit it as hard as he could. Stunning stroke, as we've said. They can sometimes be inaccurate, but when you have a player like Gabriel Jesus in this type of area, again, you see the purple bar, you can see the players not wanting to touch him, but it's too late. It's too late. It's an absolute cannon from that man, Roxa. 2-0.
Celebrating with the same celebration that in Dominator did with Jesus, of course. Joins his teammate now on 11 for the season. He's scoring in free form so far this campaign. 5 to go till half-time. And Cams has really struggled to get a foothold in this one. To the feet of Boadu. Long ball looking for Volland. This could be a real chance. Zinchenko, though. No nonsense defensive work.
Il y aura 2 minutes de temps additionnel.
Jorginho hoofs the ball. And is there one last chance here for Arsenal in this first half? Referee says no. A Jesus double from Roxa separates the two.
Listening to again, it's that relaxed nature that we're seeing from Arsenal now. It's almost like the pressure of last season and the pressure they would have been under, it just seems to have just completely dissipated.
Ben Yedder. Boadu and Golovin. See the face palm from Cams as Maccabeal is up and walking around asking what needs to be done. Roxa coming forward. Jesus with the knock-on, can't beat Marapan. That's a searching ball. Boadu in front of Tierney. Scott doing just enough. Chance now for Cams as Volland still giving chase. Just can't seem to get anything working right now. Enrique Ben Yedder, dispossessed though by Tierney. Cams is just looking for time. He doesn't seem to be afforded. Moving past the hour mark now in game 3.
70 987.
Long ball to Ben Yedder, it evades everyone in truth.
Just see the game just creeping away from Cams at the moment. You can see he's just slowly getting out of his grasp there. But you can also see on the flip side of it, you can see Roxa, he knows the importance of this result. He's just trying to just drain that clock, take it away completely from Cams, so there's no chance to respond.
To the feet of Jesus. Smith Rowe. Trossard and Martinelli. They're queuing up for it. Arsenal throw deep into Monaco territory, but first, some changes on the cards.
See the complete opposites between Monaco and Arsenal's feeling. You can almost sense it through the screen. You don't necessarily even need to be in the building to see how they're feeling.
Jesus trying to cut back to Smith Rowe. You're right, you can almost sense it, can't you? It's an aura. Almost of authority coming from the Arsenal side. Here's your updated scoring charts. Roxa looking to add one more here. Solidifying his place in that top 3. Of course, we have the likes of Eterito, Kirito still to play today. Ben Yedder arriving.
It's a good header clear. Really good header clear. Had to be made as well.
Oh, Smith Rowe with his volley. Oh,
Loves to hit them. He absolutely loves to hit them.
anytime I see that purple power bar, I'm thinking this one could go anywhere. It was a quarter volley in truth.
He knows he didn't catch it quite as cleanly as he wanted to. But again, the subplots go. If the result stays as it is, that will be 12 points for a possible 12 for Roxa as an individual. It's an incredible run.
A great run from a great signing. And you just know if it stays this way, he won't be happy with it just being 2-0. That's how hungry the Serbian Roxa is. In a competitive environment, he just wants to better himself and better himself over and over. Been quite a quiet day at the office in truth from Cams. Still time on the clock. Just seem to be struggling to get to grips with this game number 3. Certainly not his day. We know he's capable of better. On the ball now, though.
Just see tiny changes coming in. Just again, just giving himself a little bit more energy in that final third is Roxa. You can see the time is not on Cam's side here.
Minamino just unable to bring the ball under his spell, and Roxa's not going to relent here. Jesus. Martinelli back to him now. Beats the first man. Sarr with the head. Prevents that one from going goalwards. Offside against Roxa. And as we enter stoppage time, this one is but a formality. Arsenal just keep bringing home the results this season. Jesus Smith Rowe. Diassi dispossesses. And that will signal the end of match number 2. Game 3 goes the way of Roxa, goes the way of Arsenal. We said just not Cam's day today, not much that could be done. And in the end, a strong performance. And as you said, the undefeated record continues.
Yeah, not dropped a point yet. And as such, is the most informed player within the tournament. Although, you know, in match 3 or game 3, we're about to go and see potentially another one of those players in Etorito.
That we are. What was a thrilling contest all around. Monaco made them work for it in games 1 and 2. But when you see Roxa take the hot seat, it's always going to be difficult. We saw the opener there just before the half-hour mark, and Roxa never really looked back. Semra, he looked in control, and as you see at the bottom of the screen, in that lower third, Arsenal taking 7 points away from Monaco. An unreal result for their match day, and yet the results just seem to keep coming for them.
They were a blink away from making it 2 weeks running of collecting all 9 points. They're undefeated in the last 2 match days, 5 wins, 1 draw. It really is amazing stuff, and you see that man right there, Roxa, absolutely rocking it today. He came in inspired form. He picked up the Best Goal of the Day award for all of his efforts. He's what now, the joint top goal scorer as well, I think it is, if my mathematics is all right. 11 goals. Double check it for me, but I think he's got 11 goals to his name now. So obviously a great day for him all around, and a great day for the whole team. And we saw earlier Weza talking it up, hyping up the Mega Bowl. It really lived up to the expectation.
We shouldn't let him name things because they just stick with you. But to answer the question, he's 1 behind as Maccabee.
Is he? Okay.
1 behind.
One behind.
Both he and Dominator, 11 goals each. That's an unreal return for their investment, Arsenal. And they just seem to be unstoppable so far.
They do. Thank you very much for that correction. I very much appreciate it. And talking about unstoppable, and Dominator as well, putting out quite a performance as well. Having gone ahead twice, and then obviously Uzma coming back as well twice. But he said, no, I'm not going to have none of that. I'm going to make sure I get all those 3 points. Yeah. And making sure he got the final goal, the match winner in the dying embers of the game in extra time. Speaking of which, however, we can now cross over to the zone, the mixed zone, where Wesa is actually with our dynamic duo of brothers. We can have our own battle of the brothers perhaps in the mixed zone then. Wesa, let's see what they've got to say.
Yeah, thank you very much, Samra. I mean, yeah, as unique circumstances go within the eFootball Championship Pro, I'm joined by Ostribuch and Zelo. We've got Arsenal and Monaco both with me. I'll probably field questions to both of you guys if that's okay. I mean, in terms of the game that you guys played against one another, of course, I was trying to call for it on commentary. I wanted that matchup. How did it feel going up against your younger brother in Zelo?
Well, it's definitely, to be honest, we play a lot together already in competition in Poland. It's always me and Miloš in the finals. We played maybe 10, 15 finals already in the Polish community and the Polish tournament. So yeah, it's always hard to play home. We train a lot together. It's like a chess match. We all know our skills, what we like to do, even for our penalties. Who likes to shoot where, who likes to dive where. It's also, you know, very hard to predict and main games and stuff like that.
And Zilo, you know, for you it was a debut, so for you it was slightly more special. How did it feel for you for your first game up against your older brother, but more importantly for a Monaco side that need points, you managed to gain that vital point. How did it feel for you?
I'm really happy to have my first debut, my debut against my brother, and to have 1 point. I'm happy with it.
It's great. It's great. I mean, again, for the game, it was quite well balanced for the two of you. I mean, you looked like you had no nerves whatsoever going into that game. I mean, looking kind of ahead towards Matchday 5 now, I believe it's Barcelona and Bayern and Barcelona in terms of your respective teams that you've got to go up against. How are you feeling about your matchup going into Matchday 5?
To be honest, I'm excited. We already played. I played the Spanish guys, Jose and Mestre in the Euros. We managed as Poland to win against them, knock them out. So to be honest, we hope for the same result next match day.
Fantastic. And of course for you, Zilo, again, in terms of how you're feeling for Matchday 5, now that you've got a game under your belt, you've understood, you know, you understood the experience that you've got here. How are you feeling going into Matchday 5?
I'm a little bit nervous because I know these are like the best 3 players maybe of the tournament, but I've got high hopes and I think we'll do well.
Well, it's good to hear from both of you. I mean, now you've got that slightly, well, less awkward airplane ride home. Yeah. It's a little bit less awkward. So, guys, back to you guys in the studio.
Thanks.